So I want to get into all the awesome, salacious details I possibly can. But first, I just need to say, keep this video on the down low. There are some people, clearly there are some people who I do not want to be watching this video. So, if you've been sharing my videos around, great. Keep sharing my videos. But like maybe, maybe keep this one a little more like low key, like don't share it with everyone. Just don't. Like maybe share it with like your 2 closest friends and you tell them not to share, whatever. Just don't let this video get a ton of traction. Other videos, great. Great. So anyways, this is how I got away with murder. Okay. Manslaughter. So anyways, I'll just go back. My video about a week ago, my life is ruined video. So after I made that video, I kind of assumed like, any second now the police are going to be surrounding me. There's going to be like, a bunch of police cars just going to surround me with helicopters and they're going to bring me down and I'm going to be cooked. And so I was just kind of going through, the next 2 days of my life. Like, yeah, that's what's going to happen. I'm done. This is it. This is that, whatever. And, that just didn't happen. That just never, I just kept going. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess that's over. I mean, obviously like the incident, I did see like people talking about it. I did like, it was on the news. I'm pretty sure it was on the local news. So yeah, a lot of people were talking about it and people were looking for like what the, clearly stuff's missing. Clearly, the perpetrator needs to be caught. But yeah, nobody was pointing the finger at me. And so I'm thinking, yeah, I'm probably good. I'm probably in the clear. I'm probably in the good. I did have some, minimal aesthetic damage to the front of my car. And it wasn't something I could just buff out in the moment, but I'm like, okay, I'll just wait till this dies low. I'll just give it 2 months, just come up with some BS reason for the insurance. And then, we'll be fine. Then we'll be in the clear, I'll be out of it. We'll be good. So anyways, I'm hanging out with a friend, and this is a nice friend of mine, and we're just like, we're just doing things normally. And this was yesterday. And this friend notices the damage to my car, and he makes a joke about the car. He's like, oh, were you the one in the, is this why your car is? And cause he hadn't noticed it before, of course. And so he brings us up, and I didn't take the joke well. That's not to mean like I was like, how dare you accuse me of that? But I was more just like, yeah. I mean, I was a little stunted, awkward. I was caught off guard by the joke. And so then he asked like, oh, but seriously, what happened to your car? Like, that sucks, bro. And I just kind of assumed like, I don't know, it's like car crashes are like kind of emotional incidents. Like, I just kind of assumed like, not your business. So I assumed no one would ask. So I didn't really have a good excuse, a good reason. And so I kind of just came up some BS. I don't even remember what I said. Something totally fake. And he was like very clearly like sketched out by what I said. And so, I mean, he didn't say outright that he thought I did it, but like he clearly seemed to think that. And then like, this is right when we were done, hanging out for the day. And so he leaves, and at that point, like, I go home, and that's when I recorded that last video about me being caught, my life being over, whatever. Yeah, and so, I mean, I thought I was cooked. I thought he was going to call the police, and, it would have caught up to me. So at that point, like, after I recorded that video, honestly, I felt like Walter White at the end of season 4. That's where my mind went, as I felt like Walter White at the end of season 4 of Breaking Bad. And I'm just like, wow, I'm cooked. I just have no options. My back is against the wall. I don't know how I'm going to get out of this. This seems impossible. But, I sort of started thinking, I'm like, maybe I should do what, maybe not to spoil what happens in Breaking Bad, but I'm like, I should try and do that. I should try and, I could pull this off. I could pull something off like this. Obviously not as crazy and not as bad as Walter, but I'm like, okay, I can get out of it. There's ways to do this. And so in that exact moment, I'm like, okay, I thought about this friend. It's good, this is of course still a friend of mine. One of the main reasons I don't want this video to get shared too much. I don't want that would be pretty bad if whatever. So I'm talking. I think this friend, he's like, he's a very like conscientious person. And he's not like big on drama. Like he'll do the right thing if he feels like he needs to. But he doesn't want to be the center of attention. He doesn't want to be, like, you know, he's very content with the status quo. He doesn't want to be the hero. He doesn't want to be, you know, the person. He's fine with who he is. And he's also like a very conscientious, you know, I said he's very like cosmopolitan, like liberal type of person, you know, like very repudiative justice, whatever, like not big on, you know, police, whatever in general. We're going to come back to this. This is important. So anyways, I think of this friend. I'm like, okay, maybe I need to change my total approach. Maybe I need to go to this friend and instead of, you know, denying, I come out and because I realize at this point, I have narrative control. My friend, all he knows is what he's seen on the news, the bits and pieces he's seen for the news, and the news doesn't have the story either. And so I'm like, I can go to my friend with the perfect narrative and utilizing these other personality facets. I can just totally squeak by and get away with this. So yeah, basically I recreated a new narrative in my head. I sort of used details that he already had. So like, for instance, I've had cruise controllers with my car and he knew about this. And so I kind of wrote those into the story. Obviously they weren't implied. I just sort of recast the entire thing in such a way as to which there was no way I would get in trouble. As in, like, everything looks as charitably as possible. You know, I removed all the road rage from the incident. I removed, you know, any recklessness in my path. You know, any way I could have actually foreseen what could have happened. Obviously, made it somewhat realistic still. But any, like, foreseeable thing, I just made it look like I am just as much a victim of this. And then I guess in my own cowardice, I, you know, just didn't turn myself in. You know, and, you know, I'm selling this story as, you know, my heart is on the line. I realize, like, this is make or break for me. I'm pouring my heart out to him. And then at the end, I realized, like, okay, what basically I need to do is I need to give him a reason I need to basically give him as many reasons I possibly can to not go to the police, not turn me in. But I need to make it look like I'm not trying to do that. So at the end, I sort of couch the story. I'm like, ultimately, like, I understand this is like the worst thing I've ever done in my entire life. Like, I understand if you turn me in, like, this is my fault. Like, you know, I should have gotten the cruise control checked out, you know, like, I'm couching it in, like, terms of, like, yeah, I deserve this. Like, this is what I deserve. And so I basically paint myself in the best way possible and I give him every reason. And eventually he's like, this is so sad. This is so disturbing. But, like, I don't think I need to ruin, like, you know, I feel bad for you. I feel like I don't need to ruin your life. So yeah, anyways, that's how, I pulled this off. I'm like, bro, I understand. Like, if you change your mind, like, feel free, like, this is so horrible of me, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, that's how I pulled it off. That's how I pulled off the perfect crime, so to speak. And, yeah, that's why I've been, you know, so chipper today in all my videos. Obviously it's still a sad situation. Obviously it's still it's still weighing on me. I use humor and my happiness to cope with what's happening. But yeah, like, ultimately at the end of the day, I am perfectly, I should say, like, I'm kind of like the original incident was not that much. Everyone assumes a risk going onto the road. And so even if it was fully my fault, that's just a bad way of whatever. I'm not here. You should watch my original video if you want my feelings on driving and whatsoever. But yeah, I just wanted to give this update. For anyone worrying about me, don't worry about, we're in the clear. We won, boys and girls and, they, them people, whatever. We're good. So anyways, be on the lookout for more videos. False alarm. We are totally smooth sailing from here. Bye-bye.